All right, now we're going to talk about polynomials. So, working with polynomials and doing derivatives and integrals and working with other functions is another key aspect of Matlab, and a way to use Matlab kind of like a more advanced calculator kind of. So, the first you input polynomials as a matrix of this form. So the 5 corresponds to the x cubed, the 2 corresponds to the x squared, 0 to the x, and 3 to the x to the 0, just the number. And so MATLAB will recognize this and knows that you're inputting in this format. So even if when you technically don't read a function with 0 of a power of x, you have to include that 0 so that MATLAB knows which power of x you mean to put the different what coefficients correspond to what power of x. So let's put this polynomial in. So 5, 2, 0, 3. And created our variable like as we wanted, and we could have suppressed the output with a semicolon, but I just didn't write one. And so then now working with this, you can find the value of the polynomial at a certain number. So we can use polyval to evaluate. So let's say 3, we want to evaluate at 3. But now we want to show. So our value equals 156. I'm sure that's right. I can't calculate that off the top of my head, but and so then you can also use this function conv or converge maybe is what it means, to multiply two functions. So we'll use conv. We can use f comma, let's see, to 1, and it gives us this huge polynomial. So this will correspond to the 3, the x to the 0, x to the 1, x to the 2, x to the 3, x to the 4, x to the 5. And this makes sense because our original polynomial had an x to the 3, and this second polynomial had an x squared. So the highest we can have is x to the 5th. And then we can use roots. Most of these are just simple functions that you just need to know the names of and stuff. So we have 3 roots here. They're all imaginary. So that's how you'll get it. They'll be stored as a matrix in R. And then the derivative of polynomials, you use polyder and f, let's use that, and we get 15, 4, and 0. So 15, 4, 0, that makes sense. And it needs to include that 0, so we know that there's 0. That's the value of 0, x to the 0, then 4, x to the 1, and 5, x to the 2. Again, makes sense because we start with x cubed.